Now that we've been through the process of backtesting, it's important that we look at how to actually track the testing that we do. So when we're backtesting, there are a number of things that we need to track. The more we track, the better, because we can benefit from everything we track, and all data can actually be used to help us in the future when we come to trading live. So what kind of things do we need to track? Well, with our testing, we want to look at things like how much did we risk on a trade? How much profit or loss did we come out of that trade with? What was the date of the trade? And how long did we spend in the trade? What time was it executed? What time was it closed? Was it intraday? Was it swing? Was it intra-week? What currency pair or asset were we trading? Obviously, this is an important one because by tracking the same currency pair and doing a lot of testing on the same currency pair, we can actually master that pair and then start to use that as one of our sole trading assets. Now, we want to also look at some of the more discretionary things like the reasons for the entry on the trade, the reasons for the exit, so targets or if you close early. We can actually look at managing stop loss within our backtesting as well. So when you come to a point where you may have been moving your stop loss in real market scenario, what you could actually do is draw a line on the chart, bring it down so you can see the real-time stop loss management throughout a tested position. This is going to help you to build management rules, which can be really useful when you actually come to trade live. So as you can see, we have a lot of things to track. There's even more that we can track than this, but these are just the basis things that you always want to make sure you're tracking. Now, it may sound like a lot of work to actually track all of these things, but it's not really, because we can use a software much like the Trading Buddy. So this is something I was recently introduced to by actually a student of the course. Until this point, I'd been using things like Evernote and Notion to actually track the trades. These are note tracking softwares where you can put in chart screenshots, data, descriptions, all of these different things. But the Trading Buddy is actually built for trading as a trading journal. And what that actually allows us to do is add metrics and analytics to the backtesting that we do. So what we're going to do is actually talk through how to use the Trading Buddy, the different ways you can use it, and then I will actually just look over Notion as well for if you don't want to pay for a subscription for the Trading Buddy, even though I highly recommend you do, and it is extremely cheap. So here we are at the Trading Buddy homepage. When you sign up, you'll get access to this dashboard yourself, and what you can actually do from in here is track all of your trades, and what that's going to do is track your trades, but also put them into analytics. So before, when I was using Notion and Evernote, you can track the trades, but you don't get analytics with it. You can journal your trades, you can backtest your trades, you can add a lot of depth. But this takes it a step further and brings analytics into the mix. So if we choose the Pro account, which is around $15 or 11.99 GBP, you're going to be able to run 3 accounts. Now, 3 accounts is ideal because what you can actually do is set an account for your main trading, your journaling, a markups account for your markups, which is going to be the best case scenario, and then a backtesting account where you can do your live backtesting with wins and losses included. So we're over here at the moment on the markups account, and as we can see, this one has a relatively unrealistic equity curve because we don't take losses because they're the markups. But the overall idea of this account is simply to track those markups. And then what we can do when we've done a lot of markups is head over to the other backtesting account and begin doing live backtesting there. And what that's going to do is actually track all of your trades, track your equity curve, track your monthly, yearly, weekly, and daily percentage gains or losses, and then also show your profitability, your recent trades, the amount of trades per symbol profitability, and all of these different things. So as I've only just moved over to the Trading Buddy from the note tracking softwares, I don't have loads of data in here right now, but what I can do is show you how it all works and get you set up using it yourself. So from the dashboard, we can go over to My Trades. That's going to show us a few trading opportunities that we've taken. And as you can see, it shows us everything we need to know about them. So it shows which number the trade is on the account, what symbol it uses, whether it was a long trade or a short trade, the start date of the trade duration, profit and loss in pounds or USD, the profit or loss in percentage terms, and whether it was a win, a loss, or a break even. Now, obviously, being a markups account, they're all going to be wins. It's not going to look like this when you're doing a realistic live testing account. What we can do from here is actually click on View, and that's going to take us to the trade, and then we have all of the information that we could possibly need. We have the start date and time, the end date and time, the symbol, whether it was long or short, the position size for our account, which we can work out using a position size calculator in the same way that we would if we were live trading. The fees, we can also work that out by working out, okay, brokers normally charge £5 per one lot, so we can times £5 by whatever size trade we have. the percentage gain of the trade along with the profit gain and the pips gain. And then we can also type in the stop loss value, the open price, and the close price, so we know exactly where we got in and out of the trade. So as well as this, what we can do is write a description for the trade, and we can actually put before and after images in. Now for the markups, after images is all you need, but obviously for the live backtesting and for your daily journaling, we can actually then put in before images before the trade plays out, and then an after image afterwards to see how it went. Now doing this will actually stop us from cheating, so to speak, because we'll already have finished half of the data, and then when we play the trade through and see how it finished, we can simply just drop it in and see whether it was a win or a loss. So as you can see, we have our in-depth markup there. Then we can write a description, something a little like this. Trade taken on the second day of the week. It was a continuation trade to ride the downtrend through into some imbalanced demand zones. The intraday trade lasted 6 hours and was executed towards the start of the New York session at 2:15 p.m. We can input the confluences for the trade, whether we used a risk entry or a confirmation entry, and then we can actually write a little bit about the stop loss, why it was placed there, and why our target was placed where it was. So as you can see, we can put a lot of depth in here. Now, if we have a bunch of these, we can come back and review them and see the winners and see the losers, and we can learn from the wins and losses. And generally, when we start to lose confidence in our abilities, say we hit a losing streak, we can come back, review this backtesting, do a little bit more backtesting if we want to, but what it's going to do is show us that our strategy is working well. Sometimes you'll stray from your strategy, and that's why you lose. Reviewing the backtesting will put you back on the right path. Other times, you just hit a simple, realistic losing streak, and you may just need that boost of confidence from looking at your analysis and looking at your backtesting and looking at your results to put you back on the right path mentally. So, as we can see, the My Trades area has a bunch of trades in. We can go and look at all of these. They all are laid out very similar. Lays it all out for you very nicely, so it's good to view. Then you can obviously have active trades for when you're in one that hasn't been finished yet, as mentioned when you do the before and after images, for the live backtesting more so. And then you can even look more deep into the analytics, such as symbol analytics, to look at, okay, AUD USD is all we've traded so far. And overall, the analytics addition is going to give you a very clear view of whether you're winning and whether you're losing overall. So I really like this because of the equity curve and so on. It's just a much easier way to actually see how much you're making over a given period of time. Obviously, it's going to show your equity, your total percent profit and everything there as well. So it's a really, really good way to track everything as if you were live tracking it, but with some back-tested data. Now, Trading Buddy also includes some additional bonus things. We have economic news calendars to keep up to date with any high-impact news. We have a notes section, and we also have a position size calculator in here as well. So there's a lot of things in here that are very beneficial, and I actually think that everyone should begin using this for their backtesting over some of the other note tracking softwares. So to recap, how you want to do this is create an account with Trading Buddy, preferably get the pro account for around $15 per month, create 3 accounts, your main journaling account for live trades, a markups account and a backtesting account, and then start off in the markups account as we said, set yourself a starting balance, and then complete some markups and put them into here. Obviously, the equity curve for this type of trading is not going to be 100% realistic because you don't encounter the losses with markups, but what it does is show you a best case scenario. And for the markups, it's more so the area where we get to look at our trades that is going to be the most beneficial for us. When it comes to the live backtesting, the analytics are going to be really, really useful because they're going to give us a rough idea of what we're likely to be trading like and what we can expect from realistic trading when we come to the live market. So your second option, though not as highly recommended as the Trading Buddy, is Notion. This is essentially the same thing, but we can't track everything as neat and we can't also track the analytics. What I do like about Notion is the fact we can put things into a calendar format. So this is actually a calendar I created in Notion, and what you can then do is create a page within each day of the calendar. And what that allows you to do is go into this and see. And what that allows you to do is create essentially a journal entry for each day of whichever weeks or months you were trading. So if we go to this date, the 1st of August, what I can actually do here is put in an explanation of the London session. Okay, so the London session, trade 1 was a GBP USD long. It was executed at this time, closed at this time. It was a continuation trade using a risk entry. I risked 1%. The total potential was 13.09%. There's my confluences. There's the process to the trade. There's the markup, the management process, and then the closeout of the trade, which in this instance was stop loss was triggered in profit for plus 5.8%. So this is pretty cool, and you can actually track everything here. You can track your losses too, but the only analytics you're really going to get are what you write down, like this. So my totals for London session this day was 2 trades and 4.8%. Obviously, for a free option, Notion is okay, but the Trading Buddy just brings all of this together into a nice refined area where you can see your trades, you can see your tallies, and you get analytics along with it all as well. So for making sure you track everything and don't forget, I do advise the Trading Buddy, but if you want to check out Notion, you want something maybe a little bit more simple, or you just simply don't want to pay for the Trading Buddy, though I really do recommend you make that investment. It's a very, very small investment each month. Then yeah, check out Notion as well. And these are the two primary ways to track your trades. As we said at the start of the video, there are a lot of things that you can track, and there's a lot of things you should be tracking. And these two softwares, most notably this one, allow you to do just that. So now you know how to carry out the backtesting process, and you know where and how to track your backtesting. What we can now do is look at how to benefit from your backtesting. Because there's no point doing all this work, doing all this testing, if you're not going to review it and you're not going to benefit from the work that you've been doing. So I'll see you in the next video when we talk about how to benefit from your testing.